I'm Andrew Haddock, and this is why we're fat, mashed potato edition. So while we wait for our chicken cordon bleu to finish in the oven, I thought I would show you guys how I make my mashed potatoes. So in the pot, I have about half a cup of half and half and 4 tablespoons of butter. I've got my potatoes that I boiled along with the garlic cloves in here. I'm gonna put them through the ricer. This is how I like them, but if you like to do a hand masher or use a food mill, you know, work out whatever you need, that's your jam. Sounds like a good idea. But I like a nice smooth mashed potato. We're gonna get all these riced in here real quick. Super convenient and super easy to do with a little wooden spoon that I picked. Apparently the wrong spoon. Gonna get it all in here. Yay. So mashed potatoes are a thing, and you'll hear people say, "Oh, these are whipped mashed potatoes." And whipping mashed potatoes turns mashed potatoes into wallpaper paste, super sticky, super gummy, and not super tasty, in my opinion. The texture becomes super off-putting. You can't really do anything with them either. Because they're so gooey and kind of sticky, they're not good on shepherd's pie. They're not good using for anything else. And they're not super good eating, in my opinion. But yeah, you mix it in. Oopsie. Like I said, I put about a handful of garlic cloves, 5 or 6 garlic cloves in my potatoes when they were boiling, so that the potatoes would get soft with the potatoes. And then they get scooped up with the potatoes when they mash. Like here's one right here. And it's on the floor over there. And you just mash them right in. And they add a little bit of extra flavor, some a little interest, so they're not just kind of boring potatoes. I do the same thing if I boil parsnips and make mashed parsnips. They're a little harder to push through a ricer, so I do use my food mill with parsnips. It makes it a little easier to kind of grind them down so they're smooth. But we've got them all in there now. Tap off the ricer into the sink. And I forgot to open my, oh dang. There we go, my sour cream. So I think people make mashed potatoes and they're super boring because they don't really have a lot of flavor other than kind of this starchy, kind of bland potato. So I use the butter, the half and half, and then a good healthy scoop of a sour cream mixed in there. And then you could do just as easily, along with the sour cream, add a cup or 2 of a nice sharp cheddar. You could add a blue cheese. You could add a tablespoon or 2 of horseradish would be super good in there. And then kind of customize your mashed potatoes to accompany whatever it is that you're serving. The horseradish would go with a steak, the blue cheese would go with a steak, or even chicken. It just kind of depends, and go from there. So we get these nice, super smooth mashed potatoes. Again, you're not trying to overwork them. We're gonna add salt. We did salt the water, so the potatoes themselves have a little bit of salt in them already, so we're not gonna go super crazy. I like a pepper with texture, so not super fine ground, more coarse ground. My pepper grinder is kind of on the fritz right now, so we're using store-bought. Get it mixed in. Do not overmix. Never put your potatoes in a mixer. And then kind of you end up with this really luxurious, really soft, super tasty mashed potato. We're gonna give it a taste for seasoning. Flawless. We'll see you back in a few minutes.